Rihanna, when we talk about the starch grains here, we are talking like, for example, there is your root tissue, okay, or any of the cells. So you know in a leaf there is your chlorophyll, and along with your chlorophyll there is your mechanism of starch production. Chlorophyll is the one which produces your converts your raw materials into your glucose. Glucose is accumulated and then synthesized to form starch. Okay, so based on the rate of synthesis and the gene that is involved behind the synthesis, we get the size of the starch grain. If it is your dominant, so here it is dominant, it produces a little more amount. Okay, if it is recessive, comparatively less, and if it is your heterozygous condition, and then it will produce the medium sized. Okay, so this is your starch grain size. Chlorophyll, you have understood what is the function. It produces ultimately the starch. So starch will be present inside these grains. Okay, so when the seeds are produced, the shape of the seeds are also determined by the same gene. That's why pleiotropy. So when I say pleiotropy, one gene has multiple effects. Now this gene has two effects, two characters. So that multiple characters by single gene is called as pleiotropy. I hope it is clear now. Let me know if you have doubts on this. Then you had the doubt on Mendel's work, where you have asked about this particular portion here. It is, we are talking about the mathematical portion. We have told 1 is to 2 is to 1, 3 is to 1. Now if I tell you this is the condition, how many it is total here? 4. Here also again we are talking about 4, your genotype 4, phenotype we are saying 4. Okay, so ultimately if you see in nature, you cannot produce 4 plants from a parent. Parent can produce many seeds. Okay, let me write down, let me just add one see now, there is a parent and it can produce many seeds. Okay, many seeds. These seeds is not pertain to a number 4. It is not a number. It will be more than 4. Okay, so it is, you cannot count the seeds now that is produced by a parent. That is in case of plants. So we cannot say this 1 is to 2 is to 1 as your progeny, okay, to be relatable to the biology. Of course, we were giving this particular ratio in a simplified way. So imagine I get around 60 plants. In that 15, 30 and again 15 plants. Like that if I do, I can simplify this to 1, 2 and 1, right? So this is how we are saying it is simplified. But remember, again it is not accurate in nature. It cannot be accurate in nature. That's why we are saying, okay, in his drawback, mathematics was totally unacceptable in biology because it is naturally occurring. It's a phenomenon where it is like, it could be a variation in that the number of offsprings will not give the accurate number. Now we have told one ratio out of the tall, capital tall was 1, okay, hybrid was 2 and dwarf was 1 again. So this we cannot give as an accurate answer. Though it is like only a ratio, we cannot accept it because it is not it is never true. So if you try, you will definitely get the variations now at present. So it's not an easy task. Whatever he did was a mathematical way. Biologically it is difficult to get to a conclusion because there is no proof. Biology means we need a proof. Here there is no proof. It is only mathematical proof. It is almost like a theory it is given. Okay? That's why it is unacceptable. I hope this was the doubt you had. Then others I hope you have understood. Then you had the doubt in Morgan's study. So before going into the doubts which you had, let me show you this one. Observe here. This is how you're showing. This is your X chromosome. Okay, even this is X chromosome. Observe here, this is Y chromosome which has a hook-like structure, and the top one is X chromosome. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever T.H. Morgan studied was on sex chromosomes. So this is the female X and X chromosome. This is male X and Y chromosome. Now we are talking about the genes he had selected for dihybrid cross was present on the same chromosome. So he has found a chromosome, that is the sex chromosome, and it was really a fascinating thing to identify. He could get certain various combinations, new combinations he was getting, and the percentage of getting the combination was varying. Why does it vary? The percent of the possibility of the recombination. Now I'll go systematic. Now I've drawn 2 green dots. Now observe, this is one distance. Okay, this is one distance. Let me so this is your chromosome. There is your one gene located on one arm, another arm is here. So the gene, we are saying one character, second character. This is for your dihybrid cross he has chosen on the sex chromosome. Okay, on the sex chromosome. So here he could get let me explain you that you have understood. It is far. Now imagine if it was you remember the method of crossing over. So imagine the crossing over occurs here. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm taking the paternal and maternal chromosome, so it will be duplicated actually, and there will be the gene present here, and in case of maternal the similar gene but alternative type. So let me show you the linked one. Linked genes. Okay, so observe what I'm trying to show. Here the distance of the 2 characters, even here the 2 characters, though they are similar, they are contrasting. Okay, so I'm showing in different colors. Okay, this is your parental type. This is the distance between the 2 genes. Okay, on the same chromosome, that is the sex chromosome. Now this distance is very short and it is difficult for the exchange. So during the crossing over, exchange has to occur. I hope you remember the crossing over where we show the segment like this. The crossing over. So the genes can exchange. So as soon as it exchanges, what happens? You can find the... Let me give you a idea. So imagine if this is the piece. This portion has got exchange. So this portion has come here, this portion has come here. I'm just showing the exchange here. This is called as your... So imagine this is how the gene was present here, another gene here. So what I'm trying to say, this kind of short distance linked genes will have the lesser chances of recombination. So when the progeny, if you check, the chances of recombination means new combination, those chances are little less in short distance. In case if it is long distance, then higher the chances. So when I say long distance, I am talking about one gene present here, other gene is present here. So the distance, if you notice, it is very far, and hence even it can be occurring at this location. So if you observe this portion, these two are linked genes, the yellow and the red, they are linked genes. You can just omit this one for some time. Though they are linked, their distance between the two genes is long enough, far enough for recombination. So higher chances of new combinations. So when I say parental type, the example here is your yellow and white. So wild type is your brown body, red eye. So don't worry, here the depicting of the genotype is different. So as you observe down, you can find there are at certain places you will find there is, over here you can find the blue strip has come here, the yellow strip has come here. Can you notice? So that is what I am saying. Again, F2, this is F2 generation we are saying. In F2 generation, one side, this side has recombinant type and this has the parental type. Okay, so that was between the yellow body, white eye and brown body, red eye. Similarly here, okay, before I go, can you see here what they are trying to say is 1.3%, right? This is the recombinant types occurring compared to your parental type. Majority is parental. Okay, this is your closely linked genes. Now it is loosely linked. This is tight, this is loose. In loosely linked, you can see again, you can find the better recombination. You can see the segments exchanged. Okay, and observe here, they have given, this is the study and he has given the report and he has got 37.2%. So this means, okay, these two are there. Comparing these two crosses, one is your tight linkage, one is your loose linkage. We are comparing it over here. So you know about how the two, one is your white and yellow body that were dominant shows the recombinant 1.3% recombination, okay, or the new combinations we say. And in case of the white and miniature, this was another example we have taken where the linkage is loose. If the linkage is loose and far away from each other, the linked genes are having a long distance between them, then it has high chances of recombination. So it is 37.2. I hope it is clear over here. And I hope that was the doubt you had. Hope it is clear. Now coming to the linkage. When I say linkage, I am talking about, it is not only one gene, it can be more than one gene. Okay, so I am saying 1, 2, 3. I am just saying like this. So these three are linked genes. So why is it a deviation from the Mendel's cross? Because whatever the combination we are saying, your parental type, the recombinant ones, this was not explained by Mendel. Okay, he never explained it. He said only the segregation of chromosome, the segregation of factor, and then bringing together the factors. But he never told the factors which were depending on each other. He said independent assortment. What about the characters which are linked, which are depending upon each other to be together? So those are called linked genes, and such physical association of a gene on the chromosome is called linkage. Okay, so on the same chromosome, remember, on the same chromosome, recombination, I hope you understood with the previous point where the segment, so imagine a segment is replaced. Okay, not only a segment, it could be even a in between small piece. So that piece is also, we call it as segment of chromosome or segment of DNA. So that exchange with the homologous pair will give you the, once it is exchanged, it is a new combination. It is not similar to parent. So such are called as non-parental gene combination. That kind of generation is called as recombination. I hope it is clear. Let me know if you have any doubt. So it's clear, I hope. What is that situated on same chromosome? The word is, okay, so two genes we are talking about. He studied dihybrid cross, and it was to his fortune, I should say, because of that incident, he came to a new experiment, a verification for his for the chromosomal theory, which gave a clear indication how we can talk about your chromosome, okay, and how the genes are present. They can be depending on each other or associated with each other, or they can be independent. Both are possible. Okay, so this is how he had given a verification, and he gave the verification specially for variation. What was that variation? That is the recombination. Okay, once the recombination occurred, it led to variation. I hope it is clear now. Let me know if you have any doubt still.